We're out at Wichita North High School for this week's Female High School Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Distinct Ink and Great Clips. And after a week scoring 2 goals and adding a whole bunch of assists to lead her team, Analise Ziccardi is your high school Female Athlete of the Week. Analise, you are a leader on the pitch for your soccer team right now with Wichita North. You are in first place in the 6A West standings. Let's start with this season. Tell me a little bit about you and your teammates and how you've been able to create this success this year.
I think just working hard and practice every day and just really being together as a team is really like making us connect and be together.
And to me, I talk to a lot of athletes that play very many different sports, but to me, soccer is one of the most team-oriented games because it takes everyone to succeed. Who are some teammates that have helped you succeed and be such a successful group on the field this year?
I think everybody really has a part in it, but the 2 people that really helped me a lot is Aubrey and Esme. They really pump me up every single day, every game, and they really get me going.
Absolutely. And we're talking statistically for you about last week, where you, again, scored a couple of goals and added some more assists. You're the team leader in assists, but that was before 2 matches this week, where you win 7-0, I believe, over Dodge City, and then got a big 1-0 win over Derby just yesterday. How have you and your teammates been able to continue to build this success as you get closer and closer to the playoffs?
I think the more that we play together, the more connected we are and the more better that we're going to get. So I think that really plays a big part in it.
For you specifically, what have you worked hardest at to improve this season and make sure that you can help your teammates?
I think getting my mentality right and thinking very positively and just strengthening my knees and everything to be better.
And I'm glad you mentioned your knees because I was just informed about your amazing story. You've torn an ACL in each of your knees in the past. And as just a junior, you've been able to bounce back and overcome that and lead your team to such great success. Take me through kind of what that journey was like, because 1, knee injury is tough enough, but 2, you had to learn a lot through that experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a very slow and long process to recovery and everything, and it really very mentally hard. So just overcoming mental struggles and physically getting back to it is very, very big part in everything.
What kind of things did you go through rehab-wise? Were there specific workouts or stretches, things you had to do to make sure you could get your knees back to full strength?
Just a lot of single leg stuff, a lot of squats, a lot of a bunch of single leg stuff and weights and all the different workouts and everything.
Injuries are so hard, but you need good people around you to encourage you and push you. And I'm sure you have teammates and family and coaches all that had kind of helped you stay encouraged and positive through all of that. But who is maybe your biggest inspiration to just make sure that you kept positive and kept working to make sure you could come back?
I think my biggest inspiration is probably just my family and, my friends. They're there and they're pushing me, telling me to keep going. And if it wasn't for them, I probably would have stopped.
Well, I'm sure they're glad you kept at it, especially your teammates and your coaches right now as you guys continue to play very, very well. But let's talk about your coach as well. How has he helped to push you and how has he made this team continue to get better this season?
I think being very strict on having us do all the work and putting in the work to be better is that's a very big part of being a coach and everything.
Well, he's been very helpful in filling me in on all your stats, and it's a long list, but one of the most impressive stats for you is you lead your team in assists with 11 right now. And as we mentioned, soccer is a team game. It's not just about one person scoring. It's who can set things up and deliver balls to teammates to put them in position to be successful. How much do you enjoy kind of teeing up your teammates to make sure that they can put the ball in the back of the net?
I enjoy it very much. I think I enjoy it more than scoring. Just having them score and their reaction is very, and me being the cause of that is very happy for me. So.
Awesome. Well, Analise, outside of soccer, do you play any other sports? Do you have any other hobbies? What do you do when you're not in season with the sport of soccer?
I play volleyball and I play basketball. I did track in middle school, and I love all of that stuff. But when I'm at home, I am very big on art, and I really like doing all types of different art.
What's your favorite kind of art?
Um, I would have to say like painting, drawing. That's probably my favorite.
That's awesome. I do not have an artistic bone in my body, so I always admire people who can draw or paint or play an instrument. It's so amazing on top of the things that you do athletically, because to me, that's also an art form. Do you see soccer and volleyball and basketball, the sports that you've done, as other forms of art?
Yes, I do, 100%.
What is maybe the most artistic thing about the sport of soccer?
I would say like everybody coming together. Like, you really form like a family together, and that's very, beautiful, just like art.
Absolutely. Well, to wrap this up, just some fun questions. We're talking soccer, and the World Cup is coming up. Are you excited for that? Do you have a team that you follow World Cup-wise?
I don't really have a specific team, but I just exciting seeing everybody come together.
Absolutely, and it's going to be not that far away, right? Kansas City. That'll be so fun. And then academically, you're just a junior, so you have a little time to plan and look ahead for the future. But what do you enjoy school-wise right now? What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject has always really been math. Again, I like art, but yeah, math is probably my favorite subject right now.
All right. Who's the funniest teammate you have right now?
Ooh, there's a lot of them. My funniest teammate would probably have to be Victoria. She's very, very funny.
All right. Last question I have for you. Looking ahead, you have one match left before the end of the regular season and into the playoffs. What do you and your teammates have to do to continue to improve and make sure you guys make a long postseason run?
I would say just, more time being together, more practice, and just, really practicing hard to get where we want to go.
Absolutely. That's Analise Ziccardi, your female high school athlete of the week, brought to you by Distinct Ink and Great Clips. I'm Jackson Schneider, and this is ESPN Wichita.